Mark Bishop Show. Truly like a box of chocolates. You never know who you're going to meet. From business, lifestyle, and fun. Here's Mark.
Welcome, everybody, to another Mark Bishop Show. Kameryn Stanhouse is the Vice President of Sports and Entertainment Partnerships for IBM, and she's my guest in a moment, and we're going to talk about the future of sports, how it's changing, how IBM is bringing tennis, as an example, to life for fans. And this is all driven through, yep, you guessed it, AI-driven technologies. But IBM has a long history of delivering next-generation digital experiences for some of the world's most revered sports and entertainment events and venues. IBM's sports and partnerships are centered around engaging with fans digitally and utilizing data in new ways. With the same AI, hybrid cloud and security technology leveraged by IBM enterprise clients. So, Kameryn Stanhouse, who leads the team, who oversees IBM's global sponsorship portfolio and IBM's work with sports tournaments and organizations, my special guest for this episode. Hi, and welcome, Kameryn.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Well, AI is enabling fans around the world to have a new immersive experiences of their favorite sport and their players for that matter too, right, Kameryn?
That's correct.
How are these cutting-edge technologies impacting sports and bettering the fan experience? And for that matter, how does IBM work, working with sports organizations to digitally transform these experiences?
Yeah, absolutely. So IBM, as you mentioned, has had a long history in working in some of the most iconic sports partnerships. We've been in I'd say, some of our biggest relationships have been with the U.S. Open, which we're excited to talk about here, as well as Wimbledon, the Masters. And our DNA is built into their entire technology, cycle, because we helped them build their first website all the way to launching their first app, and now these really immersive fan experiences. So what AI is enabling us to do is to take incredible amounts of historical data and translate it into near real-time experiences and storytelling, right? You say everybody loves sports because of the stories that come out of it, right? Your favorite rivalries, watching incredible athletes perform at the top of their game. And AI is enabling us to enhance those experiences by providing real-time data and insights, as well as curating viewing experiences from anywhere you are, whether that's at an event, as well as the comfort of your own couch, right? Looking at just the U.S., I can give you a quick example of the U.S. Open case study where, so if you think about 1 point of tennis, that is 156 data points when it comes to IBM. That's what we're thinking. What's the serve speed? What's happening with the weather? What is the momentum like? So we're collecting all of these different data points. That across an entire U.S. Open is about 7 million data points. And then if you take a 20-year history of data that we have on the U.S. Open, we're talking hundreds of millions of data points. With AI, we're able to curate that into real-time insights that can give projections on who the winner is going to be, key highlights of, XYZ is going to be the next player to do this stat. So it just curates these really great fan experiences that keep us engaged while we're watching our favorite games and tournaments.
Wow. So fans are looking for all of this stuff in the future of sports. Match chat, what's that one again?
Yeah, so Match Chat, simply put, I like to say it's like your best friend who's that sports encyclopedia that can name anything in the world, all in the palm of your hand. So while you're watching any of the 254 U.S. Open singles matches, you can interact with it through either a pre-written prompt or type your own questions like, okay, which of these players has the better serve in this matchup? Or even, how do I pronounce this person's name? So it keeps you informed and updated and makes you look like you're a tennis savant right there.
And what about the likelihood to win? I mean, doesn't that take it away from the not knowing?
Yeah, everything. The exciting thing about sports, right, is we can all make a projection, but anything can happen. You can't project if somebody is going to get injured or, if someone's just having a really bad day. So chance is part of all of this, but live likelihood to win is a really fun way to stay engaged throughout the entirety of a match. So we have launched Likelihood to Win a couple of years ago, looking at all the historical information as well as real-time feedback from commentators to provide a projection of who we think is going to win the match. Live Likelihood to Win is actually taking that to the next level and updating the percentages in near real time based on the momentum of the match. So a great example of this is I was unable to watch the Coco Golf match at Wimbledon because I was on a plane, but I was watching the Live Likelihood to Win, and I could see how the momentum was going in that match and was able to follow along. So it's a really great way for you to stay engaged if you're not able to watch live on TV or attend in person.
Yeah, from that point of view, it's very good, isn't it? I mean, you've been around this stuff for a long time as the Vice President of Sports and Entertainment. I think you joined IBM back in 25, the beginning of June, and you've been responsible for leading strategy and partnerships related to IBM's global sponsorship portfolio. This is some pretty big, heavy thingos: U.S. Open tennis, the Masters, Scuderia Ferrari, UFC and the soccer, the Grammys, Wimbledon, and more. They're big-name events, aren't they?
They are. I like to say I have the best job at IBM. I get to showcase all of the incredible technology and the brilliant minds that are making all of this powered and showcasing them through our sports partnerships. So it's just a small glimpse of what we can do from a commercial business standpoint, but you can see it come to life through these iconic sports partnerships.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, what other sports then? I mean, there's tons of stuff, but what other sports partnerships does IBM have their eyes on now, you know, that the fans can see other technology coming that's going to be in action? Because it looks like it's a winner all round, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd say we have these incredible iconic partnerships that are part of our sports portfolio, but we also have commercial partners that are from sports. We created an incredible scout agent for Sevilla FC Football Club, where it helps take all of the inputs from their scouts to be able to curate what a scouting report should look like or who they should be drafting. So that's just the tip of the iceberg of what we can do in the sports world. But more to come. To say, can't give away our secrets yet, but it's an exciting time to be at IBM.
Oh, come on, give us one. You know, a bit of a scoop for us. But anyway, how does, you know, all this is terrific, but how does this reflect the way businesses are using AI?
Yeah, so it's very, very similar. Like I said, our technologies used in sports and entertainment are really the same technologies that we put in the hands of Fortune 500 clients to build better customer care experiences, help employees reach new levels of productivity, and make more informed data-driven business decisions. We do the same. We go through the same kind of three-step process with sports as we do with commercial, right? One, understanding what the goals and strategy of any company are. Two, understanding their customers, their consumers, who they're trying to reach. And then three, working with them hand in hand to both design, develop, and deliver first-class digital experiences. So I'd say it really is a good living, breathing case study for what we do in sports, to just a glimpse of what we can do with our Fortune 500 partners.
Yeah, pretty heavy stuff. I mean, Key Points built with this Watson X, been around for a while, but for the first time, fans can now receive, you can explain this to us if you would, a TLDR for all articles and match analysis. Let's say, for instance, the US Open app and website. And by clicking a button, apparently, at the top of an article page, LLMs on IBM Watson X, including IBM Granite, it will turn the page article into an instant 3-bullet summary. Is that right?
That's correct. You know, we say one of the great things about AI is it allows companies to scale. So to use this specific example, the editorial team of the US Open is only about 5 reporters. And so with 254 matches happening across 17 courts throughout the course of the tournament, we were able to produce AI-generated match reports that then the journalists would go in, curate to make their own, and then publish. So we saw over 300% increased output of articles they could publish covering tennis. Now that there's all of this content, we wanted to take that to the next level. So in case you're busy and don't have the ability to read an entire article, you have this key points feature, which we like to say is too long, didn't read, that curates a quick summary of the 3 bullet points that you need to know from that match report to keep fans engaged but quickly.
Oh, isn't that amazing? Makes their job a lot easier, that's for sure. Well, folks, you heard it from the horse's mouth, not the jockey. Mind you, Kameryn is no horse. Kameryn Stanhouse, the Vice President of Sports and Entertainment Partnership at the small company. I think you've heard of them, IBM. Been around a little while. Fabulous. Kameryn, amazing stuff. Thanks for taking time out. Know you're a busy lady. Congrats on your promotion and job, and look out for the future. Take care of yourself.
Thanks so much. And go to ibm.com/sports to learn more about any of our partnerships.
Yes, glad you brought that up. IBM, folks, write this down. ibm.com/sports. And you can read a heck of a lot more about what we talked about today. It's amazing. One more time. Oh, ibm.com/sports. Thank you again, Kameryn. Goodbye now.
Thank you.
Join us again for another episode of The Mark Bishop Show. It's a production of Mark Bishop Media.